Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast, a deep dive into all things Disney Vacation Club. We share tips, tricks, and insider info, helping you make the most of your membership. Join us for the latest news, reviews, and interviews with DVC experts and enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned DVC member or considering your first contract, this podcast is for you. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Hurley and Gary Arruda.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. This is episode 8, recorded in the DeFont Leroy Recording Studios in Sarasota, Florida, and Cranston, Rhode Island. I'm your host, Mike in Florida, joined by my co-host and cousin, Gary, up in Rhode Island. Good evening, Gary.
What's going on?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, how is it down there?
It's not bad because they got that little tropical thing in South Carolina.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, we didn't have much humidity and we didn't have like those high, I don't know if they're serious clouds, but you know the Florida clouds that are long from top to bottom?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what they're
called.
Have
a lot of moisture. You'll be sitting by the pool at your local DVC hotel and you look up. I used to call them Florida clouds because you don't see them really anywhere else.
That's probably not their official name.
I don't think, because I think I ran it by Captain Bill Rossini and he said that they are not.
I mean, I know there's like cumulonimbus and there's a bunch of names for clouds, which I don't know all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm not very helpful on this front.
That was one of the only parts of science that I like, because I always loved weather and clouds, and I liked astronomy too. But when we had to collect rocks and put them in we had to put them in an egg carton. Did you do that?
No, I don't recall doing.
We had like granite and sediment, like all the different rocks. We had to identify them.
And you did enjoy that.
I did not. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy that.
Gotcha. I see. Okay. Well, good to know.
Yep. You said we have some news that we want to discuss.
Yes, this is true.
Show.
Yeah, we so you had some news. Was it last week or the week before?
I think it was a week before. Yeah, I was wearing my last week. Yeah, I was wearing my Riviera golf shirt.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you tuning in on YouTube.
Well, you broke some news that you purchased a resale contract at Riviera.
That's correct.
And the right of first refusal was waived by Disney.
That is correct.
And you moved into closing.
And the following day, we closed. We wired the money. All the documents were filed with the county.
Yeah, now you're just waiting for your points to load, right?
Just waiting for those bad boys to load.
So my news is the next day I heard similar, that there was a right of first refusal that was waived by Walt Disney World for a contract that I put an offer in on.
Now you have.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You have your phone or your email on your phone. So when you saw like the RE, were you like, oh no? Do you get nervous? Do your heart beating a little bit? Or
so the first, I'll tell a story. So the first email they sent me, not the first, but I put an offer in, it got accepted.
Sure.
Sent the deposit, 100 points at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Loaded, by the way. So I have 200 points coming at the beginning, which is very nice. So they sent the right of first refusal over. And then like 2 weeks later, I got an email just saying your right of first refusal. It was like the subject.
Oh yeah, that gets you nervous, doesn't it?
And I said, oh, no. And it said, hey, we're halfway there. It usually takes 30 to 45 days. You're at the 2-week mark. So that was like a little bit of a panic.
Yeah, because when you have it addressed, your right of first refusal was.
Yes, exactly.
Right? That's what you were waiting. That next letter, that next word was going to be was
exercised by Walt Disney.
That's correct.
Yeah, which I wasn't looking forward to that. Because I was a little nervous because I had seen some scuttlebutt online that Disney was starting to buy back some Animal Kingdom Lodge contracts. I don't know if they're going to run a special on it or some were just coming in super low. My price per point wasn't super low. It was a good price. I did 104
Okay.
a point. But I saw someone said it got bought back at like 88 a point. That's a big difference though between 88 and 104.
Yeah.
And then they were smaller contracts as well. So I wasn't too worried. I was a little worried, but then, it kind of went away. And then on September 10th, I finally heard that they did waive right of first refusal. And then my closing is going to be on Tuesday, the day this show comes out, is when we're doing our closing. Yeah. So then,
Actually,
like
we
you
come
said,
out on Wednesday, but we're not splitting hairs here.
I was thinking like midnight Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm excited. Add into the portfolio.
Yeah.
We talked about it personally, you and I, about what was the right move. I was split between adding on more Saratoga points or diversifying, and you were a big proponent of diversifying the portfolio.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring in a 2042 just because, I'd rather have the longer contract. If you're going to pay the same amount for the points, you might as well get more years on it. And, obviously, I didn't want to do a high dues location like Vero or Hilton Head or anything. So Animal Kingdom was a good choice. And plus, the 11-month mark there can be very advantageous if you want to save points with the value studios and stuff like that. Or on the very off chance you can get a club level, which is still, even at 11 months, is very, very difficult to get. But once I have those points, I'll be stalking those club levels, because that's where, if you can get 2 nights at a club level, that's worth booking a plane ticket, isn't it?
Yeah.
Regardless, you just get it, and then you make arrangements after the fact to get there, I would say. But regardless, it went through, so we wired the money over and off we go. Now we wait for those points to load. I don't know. Is it harder waiting for right of first refusal or waiting for the points to load? I think waiting
Right
for
of
the
first
point.
refusal.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Because it's more nerve wracking. Like the points will load eventually.
Yeah.
The right of first refusal, it's like, you don't know. Maybe you're not getting it.
I think this would be a good discussion to have next week.
Yeah,
Our
true.
thought process going into
why we picked it, things like that. Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
let me ask you a question before we dive into our topic this evening.
Yeah, go for it.
Are you still looking?
I still get emails, but I'm not really.
Okay, so do you open the emails?
I do open them. Of course you open them. I
Okay.
have to. I can't have notifications in my inbox, so I always open the emails.
So you're still looking?
I'm not actively looking, but I'm still looking. I'm not in the market. Like, even if like a stupid one came across, I can't even bring it up yet.
There's no way, huh?
There's no chance. Like, this is like maybe 3 years down the line, because this is 2 contracts in like 18 months.
It's bad.
So now you can't just add a third right away. There's no justification. There's hardly a justification in the first place.
No.
But now there's especially not. Now, 260 points. Basically, that's enough to do a week in a 2-bedroom every year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you justify getting more points?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. How can you justify to your wife to get more points? I could justify it. I can figure out a way to blow the points. But how do you justify adding on?
We were on our walk today because we're staying at the Grand Floridian for 3 nights.
Yeah.
This week when this podcast comes out. Low point season, staying at a studio for 3 nights. So I was on the site today, and they got 2 nights in a 1-bedroom available at Riviera.
Oh, you were thinking about if you had those points loaded, that would be a good switch out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. So I was thinking even just modifying, calling member services and modifying this one and doing the 2 nights in the one bedroom and then just do a one night over at go back to the Grand.
Is it still there? It must be. It must have got chewed up
Uh,
though, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because this people stock for
Yeah,
September because of the low
You
points.
got locals who are.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we get into the meat of the episode?
Yeah, let's do it. What's the subject this week,
We're gonna
Parts?
talk. We're gonna talk. You and I are both relatively big college football fans, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. You
And
more
I
than
was,
me. But
yeah,
I do like college football.
and I was thinking, what are the best places on DVC property specifically
Yeah.
to watch some college football?
Okay. I like
And
this
I didn't
topic.
necessarily do a top 5 or anything.
I didn't rank them either. I just
I
came
do
up with
have
a
a
few
number
others.
one overall, so
Okay. I think I have my favorite as well. So I'll save
okay,
that for last, but then we'll
okay.
just discuss the others. Now I'm curious before we start the list. Were you I think I know the answer to this. You're not only talking like lounges and stuff, right?
Oh no, not just a place for the libations parties. Oh
Okay.
no, 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 no.
I assumed. So anyway, I guess do you want to start or would you like me to start?
Go ahead.
So this one is always on my list. Anytime you say best something, there's one place that is always going to be on my list. It's at Wilderness Lodge and it's Geyser Point. It's just maybe my favorite place, period.
Right.
And it's a really cool bar setting to watch a game. You're outside, it's covered, good TVs. It's kind of laid back. It's a little bit out of the way. I know it gets busy because it is very popular, but that one seems more geared towards watching a game than most of the other lounges and bars at Disney World,
Okay,
I would
and
say.
I actually left it off my list.
Okay. Intentionally, or you just didn't think of it?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be one of your tops, and it's just
Sure.
it can get a little busy because it's such a popular
Yeah, it
place
definitely is.
to visit. So it can get a little crowded.
One of the problems that I have with some of the lounges at Disney, since we're on the topic, is the hours.
The time they open, absolutely.
Because if you have a noon kickoff,
Yeah,
you're not most of
no,
the like Cruise Cup isn't open until 4 or 5 o'clock, right?
yeah,
And Martha's Vineyard and places like that. So you got to kind of find a pool bar, which you'll see as we discuss further, or elsewhere. But yeah, Geyser Point, I really like, and also there's some good cocktails. They have good beers, and there's some good appetizers too. There's a charcuterie, cheesy barbecue brisket served with homemade chips, teriyaki
uh,
chicken wings, a charcuterie flatbread. So it's like a charcuterie pizza. You had something like that at
Grand Cal.
Grand Cal. That's right.
Yep.
Crispy Peking ribs, fried ribs tossed in a Peking sauce with cashews.
Do they still have those chicken wings that we
It
devoured?
says
That
teriyaki chicken wings. I think they're the same. Those are
yep,
pretty
those
good.
are the ones that we loved.
Yeah, those are very good. So, yeah, I mean, get a nice cold beer, order a wings, and watch a game. Can't really go wrong with that. So what's one of the
I,
first ones on your list?
I got Martha's Vineyard Lounge
Okay.
because they open at 3. So you're going to be able to get that second SEC game on ABC.
Do they always open at 3, or
That's what it's
that's
showing
what it
now.
says? Okay. No, I'm sure that's true. Yeah, so that 3:30 game, that's like their main game.
I think
Usually.
they open a little earlier than their sister bar down at Yacht Club because they are going to be servicing Cape May Cafe.
Oh,
which
because it's
opens a
open
little
earlier.
earlier, where
Yep.
Yachtsman, I don't think, starts until 5, so that could be
That
the
makes
reason
sense.
between the 2 bars being, but that is a super chill bar. There's never anybody there. People stop for a cocktail or 2 before dinner, and I think it's gonna be more crowded, um, over at the yacht club,
Yeah.
because I think more people are gonna have a cocktail before Yachtsman than people with families who are going over to, Cape May Cafe, so,
What's the TV situation like there? Pretty
you know,
good?
they got a couple, they got a couple behind the bar and
None of
scattered around the
Yeah.
table, so
None of the lounges are, like, built for that, though. Like, the
they really
TVs are
aren't. No, it's not a sports bar.
no.
But it's just, for me, it's just super chill. Like, there were times when you and I were there, when we were just the only 2 there,
Right.
BSing with the bartender that the night that we stayed,
Oh,
in the
yeah.
1 bedroom.
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good one. Beach club, basically have access to it there, and
Yeah.
it's a good one. I'm gonna stay at beach club, and I'm thinking we're going outside to Hurricane Hannah's. I just like the idea of sitting out at that bar outside, watching
And
that
just
noon game,
hearing all the action over at
hearing all the action, seeing
the
people walk
pools.
by on the walkway
Yeah.
outside, and just having, there's not many seats, so you gotta get there early if you wanna belly up and hang out there. You gotta get there probably pretty early, but it's a cool little location. It's nice there. You're close to the action, so even if your family's using the pool and you wanna watch some of the game, you're
Yeah.
still there. So
And
I
you
do
said
like
the
that.
food selection was pretty good. Did you say the fish and chips were good?
The fish and chips from the quick service were very good. The bar itself has a different menu than the quick serve, which is right next to it. Um, they have some appetizers. They have, like, onion rings, chili cheese fries. You can get a chicken Caesar salad, and then some of the same. You can obviously order off that menu, but the quick serve is separate from the bar. Um, they have a seafood roll. The fish and chips were very good.
I actually had the seafood roll years ago, and I thought it was pretty good too.
Yeah, it's not bad. Sarah had that on our trip. She said it was okay. It wasn't her favorite, but it was okay. They have good fries there too, if I remember correctly.
Aren't they just your standard Disney fries?
Yeah, but they were, like, turning them over pretty quick. Like, they weren't you could tell they
So,
weren't sitting
okay, so they were
around
fresh, yeah.
fresh. Yeah, that makes a difference. Yeah, I was just thinking, the earlier opening, because
Yeah, sure.
if you have that noon kickoff and you're planning on going to a lounge to watch it, you're gonna be SOL most of the time.
Yep, no doubt.
That's a disappointment for sure.
Yeah, that's the problem, because all the lounges pretty much correspond to when the dinners start.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're not gonna have a Martha's Vineyard where you can, after breakfast, run up there and get a cocktail.
No, for the most part, they do not. What's next on your list, Michael?
I got the Outer Rim. That
Okay.
is a sleepy, sleepy hot spot.
I I'll say that made my list as well.
I just love, and you said that I haven't been in a while, but you said the refurbishment is beautiful.
It was nice in there.
Not many
When
people,
we
if I
went,
remember.
it was bef there was no one there. It was early-ish because it was before
Right.
our dinner, so I would say it was, like, between 4 and 5 probably, and there was, like,
But
one person at the bar, a couple people
you're
walked
not
in
gonna
to
get
get
Chef Mickey traffic. And
I
you're
think
probably not
90%
gonna
of the people don't even know it's there.
That's what I'm saying, and you're probably not gonna get a ton of Cali Grill
No.
traffic, 'cause you gotta reservate, you could just go up there and sit at the bar
Right. At
and have
Cali Grill, yeah.
and have a more sophisticated beverage before you have your dinner up there. So it's the few times I've been there, it's been dead. Service is great.
Mhm.
Love being in that, Grand Canyon concourse.
That's nice. Yeah, so you're still kinda in the action, but it's out of the way. It's very out of the way.
It's so like, unless you know it's there, unless you're a seasoned veteran,
Right. You
you're
can
not gonna
easily
know
go
to go
by it.
there.
Yeah, because it's, like, on the opposite side of the escalators from everything
Yeah.
else,
Yeah, I mean,
like
it's
all the
to the
gift
left
shops
of,
and yeah,
Contempo Cafe, and
right. And they don't serve any food at that one, it's just cocktails and beer. So you're not going to get any appetizers or anything like that. I'm sure they wouldn't care if you go in and grab,
Go to the
from the
Contempo Cafe. Yeah.
anything Contempo, or
Right.
even like the
Yeah.
gift shop where you can get like a bag of chips or something if you wanted and eat that while you're sitting there.
Did they have the speaking of chips, did they have that like pretzel mix? There was like a spicy pretzel that they in peanuts and
Like
it
just
was
sitting out at the
so
bar?
yeah, they bring it over like in like a little
See,
bowl.
I didn't sit down. I got it to go. I ordered it to go
Okay, alright,
because the girls were shopping and I brought Sarah a mocktail.
gotcha. Yeah, they
So I
used to
just
just give you like a little bowl of snacks. Oh, it was so good.
That's perfect. Just enough to keep you going, have you sitting there. Yeah, and when I went, there was literally like 3 people in there.
And just sit by one of those windows and just stare out at Bay Lake.
Yeah. I guess the only downfall on that place would be I think there was only one TV, so you gotta probably claim which game you wanna watch if it's specific. That's the other thing too, they don't have, like, the packages at Disney.
It
It's like
right.
whatever's on cable
Yeah,
is
you're gonna
what you're
get
getting.
whatever's on ABC, but they're probably gonna have the ESPN portfolio, you would assume.
I would definitely think so, yeah. Oh, they definitely I'm just saying, like, if it's
Yeah.
on ACC
Yeah,
network
you
or
might or
something.
you might not be able to get, like, the Boise State Air Force game.
Exactly.
Right.
It's gonna be the main games that are on there. But, yeah, I had Outer Rim on my list as well for the same reason. I think it's just if you're staying at the Contemporary, if you're staying Bay Lake with your points,
Yep.
it's gonna be quiet. No problem going there. I mean, there's another bar that also made my list that's
Yep.
just downstairs, the Steakhouse
Yep.
71 Lounge. That's a little different. That's gonna be more crowded. You're not gonna get,
Yep.
it's not gonna be as quiet, not as easy to get a seat there, but
So, yeah,
I
let's get into it while
you
we're
can
at the
just talk about it.
Contemporary because that's also on my list.
I had a feeling it might be. I know you're a big fan of that
That
place.
is such an overlooked bar as well.
But it does get busy. It's not like
It does because that place is jamming. That place is
Right.
turning tables, so
there's always people mulling about over
yeah.
there. And they're open for lunch.
Yeah, so
Steakhouse
you can it
71.
opens at 11:30, you're right.
Yeah. And there's some great appetizers that are not on the Steakhouse 71 menu, like the peanut butter
Yeah.
and jelly chicken wings,
Yes.
loaded mac and cheese. You can get their burger, you can get that bacon and eggs, you get shrimp cocktail. There's stuff that is on the menu, but there's a couple unique things. So you could actually have like a full-on meal while you're watching the game
Yeah.
at that one, which is nice. The burgers on there,
And I told you I
crab
had the
cakes
best Bloody Mary I've ever had.
from that bar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's great, and they have, like, those little offset lounge sections too, where if you don't sit right at the bar, there's, like, 2 or 3 of those
Yeah,
little
yep.
rooms.
Absolutely, yep.
The only thing is there a TV in there?
There
I
are TVs, but I'm not sure if they do, like, just the cartoon shorts or what they have going on in there.
Yeah, I don't know either. But, yeah, that made my list as well. I had a feeling it might, make yours. What's next on your
I'll
list?
give
You
you
have another
one
one?
I'll give you
Yeah.
one for an off-campus one, and
Okay.
it's at Vero Beach. It's the, Wind and Waves Bar.
Okay.
That place, again, never busy. They've got a few TVs. You're overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. It's absolutely gorgeous. Good
Nice.
cocktails. They've got, like, a small menu. In the morning, actually, they do, like, specialty coffees and lattes with, some pastries, so
I remember you said that because you went in
yeah.
July, yeah.
Yep, yep.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was just, like, kinda my off-campus one, if you will.
That's not bad. I can't really speak to it. I don't have any experience at any of the,
Yeah, that's a place that you're gonna have to figure out how to do a split stay, rent a
because
car.
yeah, like the Grand Cal, what's the bar down there at the pool bar at the GrandAl you said was phenomenal, right?
Oh, that place is phenomenal.
I don't
And
know
then their
what
regular
DVC
bar, I would say might be the best bar
at
at
any
Disney.
DVC. Yeah.
Amazing.
The next one on my list, I like the pool bars, and there's one that
That's
I don't
funny
think
because you're a pool bar guy and I'm not.
I I'm just thinking football, like,
Yep.
it's September, it's hot down there, you're gonna be like, if you can convince the family, like, "Hey, let's chill out by the pool," and you can sneaky watch your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, I just thought of this. One of the best places to watch a game at Disney, if you have a nice shady spot at the pool, pull it up on, like, your tablet or something, connect to your streaming service, and just sit down right by the pool and watch the game right there. Put some headphones in, listen to it while you're just poolside. Any pool.
Any pool.
That'd be perfect, wouldn't it? You just have, like, your tablet, you're watching the Gators game, got the shirt off, laying down, headphones connected.
That's actually not a bad play.
That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I'm
Yeah.
even thinking that, like, those little, free cabanas over by the quiet pool at Boulder Ridge,
Boulder Ridge. Yep.
you camp out, get one of those, there's a table there, you can, like, set up the tablet on the table, nice comfy, like, couches there, and you can just chill out, you're shaded the whole time.
Yep.
Commercial breaks, you hop in the pool for 2, 3 minutes, come back out, bring a cooler of beers if you want, order mobile to go, get some food ordered over to you from one of the locations over there, you can't beat it. They actually, when we were there in July
Yeah.
at Boulder Ridge, at the quiet pool, they had, servers coming around asking people if they wanted to order any food or drinks from Geyser Point,
Nice.
just sitting at the bar. That's a nice service,
Yeah, no doubt. It certainly is.
instead of having to waddle over there in your swimsuit, you just tap the band and they bring the stuff to you. It's fantastic. But yeah, that one just kinda came to me. You bring the technology with you and you just watch the game
Yeah.
outside, use that, very reliable Disney Wi-Fi to connect to your streaming service and
That's a good point too. Yeah.
go from there.
You have like that old school AOL with a circle.
But the other pool bar I was thinking of before I just went off on a tangent is, the one at the pool at Kidani Village. That bar is nice. I don't know if have you
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah,
Kidani
when we
pool?
spent a couple nights with you guys.
Yes.
I think you might have like ran over to like one of the parks and one day and we stayed by. That is a great pool bar.
Yes,
Isn't it?
it's offset, it's all
Yeah.
covered and
It's
closed,
all covered.
everything,
You're
yeah.
right. It's kind of like
The
it's like a tiki bar.
Yes, and there's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
I don't
It's
care how crowded the pool is, there's nobody there, empty.
phenomenal pool bar.
So you could sit there, get control of the TV, and just watch the game. So that one's on my list as well.
That's a show idea, huh? Best pool bars
Yeah,
on
absolutely,
property.
absolutely.
All right, this one's going to be controversial because a lot of people hate this spot, and I absolutely love this spot. And it's at your home resort, Saratoga
Okay.
Springs. I like the Turf Club Lounge. I just love that
Okay.
bar, and there's nothing to it, and it could be so much better. But there's nobody there. You can claim the
No.
TV. You can play pool.
Play pool, yeah.
You can run over to the Artist Palette and grab some quick service.
Yep. And
Get
they
a
have
cocktail.
they have little I think you can get a burger from that bar. There's a couple
Yeah, but I
little
think
things
they
you can order.
source it over from Artist Palette.
Oh, they don't get it from Turf Club?
Well, they might get it from Turf Club. Um, that's just a great spot. And it's so underutilized.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that's the only problem with that one is it's like 5:00 or 4:30
I
or
think it
whatever.
opens an hour before the restaurant.
Okay, so maybe 4:00, but
Yeah.
it's a later opening.
Yeah, you're
is
right. Yeah,
the
you
other
get
way.
it's 4 to 11, so you are definitely gonna watch the prime the prime
That
SEC
second
game.
game, yeah. Yeah, that second game. It's like you got kicked out watching the, basketball game, right? At 11.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get kicked out. He just shut the TV off and closed
Right,
closed
that's
up the bar. There was no, "Hey, just a heads up.
yeah, that was just it.
No
11:00.
last call for alcohol." It was boop. Oh, this is Eric.
I'll still never get over the World Series thing at Pop Century.
We thought it was a joke.
That was one of the craziest things.
They're like, "They're busting our chops, right?" No, I think they're really closing it.
There was like, what, 40, 50 people sitting there?
Oh, the
watching
place
the
was
game.
jamming. Game 7 of the World Series,
And
Cubs,
Indians.
Indians.
Yeah,
Neither
Guardians.
team has won in like 100 years.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Great
an
game goes to
extra innings,
extra
right?
innings
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
I'll never forget because it's scarred in my brain. But it's like the old garage door that you would have at the in the cart barn where you
Oh,
have the
yeah.
chains that you're pulling down because I can hear that noise.
Yeah, it's like
Me and
it's like
Schaefer
if the
were
store
smoking
closes at
cigarettes
the
that night.
mall, it's like that metal roll
Yes.
up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're both hadn't smoked in like 20 years. Me and Schaefer are just smoking Marlboro Reds. Like, you just hear that noise of the garage door going down. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, I think they're closed.
Yeah.
Like, there was that's what it was so bizarre. No announcement. We're all like looking at each other.
No,
You got
because at
people
like
in lawn chairs and
at 10:30 they could be like, "Hey, just so you guys know, no matter what, at 11 o'clock we're closing this, turning the
right.
TVs off." But nope, just that was it. Close it all up. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Where were you when the Cubs won?
Figuring out how to
Watching it on a smartphone.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if there were smartphones ahead at that point.
Yeah, we weren't watching it live because remember you said, "Oh, the game's over." I'm like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic."
You had to wait for like the ESPN app to update to tell us
Mhm.
what was going on. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, so stupid. Anyway, so Turf Club, yeah, that's interesting because I
Yeah.
don't. That's not my vibe. I
Yeah,
like a
see,
little
that's
more.
mine,
I
'cause
like a little more hustle and bustle if I'm
yeah,
watching
see,
the game.
I don't. And I'm a people
Yeah.
person and you're an introvert.
Yeah, but in that atmosphere, I like having more people around. Because if I'm the only one there watching a game, I feel like, like the bartender's gonna keep coming over talking to you. Like you can get lost in the crowd and just focus on the game when there's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true.
But are there any places that before we get? I only have my top choice left. I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
have any other ones?
No.
Before I get to the top choice, are there any like I'm thinking beach club like the Solarium, but that TV's not like accessible. That always has like the cartoons on it, but that'd be a cool place to watch it. Or I don't know if that's in yours. Maybe that's your number one. The little area in the DVC
The
section.
drawing room
of
is
beach.
my number one.
Is it? Okay. Well,
That
let's talk
is
about that.
that is the best room on property. That place is phenomenal.
It's got the pool table.
When I watched the Players Championship, we went over. We got the No Way Jose. We sat there. We ate the No Way Jose. Sipped on our waters. I watched golf. Victor Hovland just dominate. Shot some pool. People were giving tours. They came in. We talked to them. That room is amazing.
Yeah, it's nice. When we were there, that room was packed every night. I think
Oh, was it really?
there was a couple nights where it was raining. And I'm trying to remember what was even on TV. Like people were
Because even the
watching.
night that we stayed there, it was around Christmas because it was all decorated for Christmas,
There was no one in there.
and there was nobody in there. I think we brought a couple of beers and just sat down and
I'm trying to remember what could have been going on in July because it was before the Olympics, so people weren't watching that. I don't know if like the All-Star break or something. Maybe they were watching the All-Star game, but there was like 25 people in that room one night. Wild.
the day that we watched golf. What I did notice is it would go from like 8 people to none to 8 to none.
Yeah.
Like it was always like a tiny bit crowded to completely dead. And then once you claim it, then nobody comes in there.
Right.
Because when you're out playing pool and you got golf on, they know that can I come in and put cartoons on? Like we're not having that discussion.
Yeah, I mean, we could if you're sitting there watching the TV, they're not going to take it over. But if
Right.
you're watching the TV and playing pool, what are they going to come and sit down and like stare at the wall at that
Yeah,
point?
exactly. Yeah. So you can pretty much claim that.
You can kind of claim it. That's a good point.
You sit in a solarium and just read.
Yeah.
And then, okay, they're gone. Let's go. And then it's yours for a few hours if you want it.
Would you like to know my top place to watch a college football game?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a place where we watched games in the past, not football, but college basketball. And it's at a treehouse villa.
Oh,
just hanging out with a nice group.
You know what I can smell? I can smell that gravy going.
The candle.
Just sitting there. We got the candle. Check mix. We had the gravy going. You know what made that trip so perfect was the weather.
It was lousy, right?
The weather sucked. It made it
That
better.
rainy day, yeah.
Didn't it make that trip better?
We were just stuck in there hanging
We're
out the whole time.
hydroplaning when we went out and got the pizza that night. Remember, like, there was a cop, like they had to close
Yeah, we had to, like, go
one
to
of
a
the parking
detour.
lots because it was, like, almost underwater. We got so much
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think if the weather was better, I don't think we would have spent like, it was almost like a snowstorm.
Like a hurricane or
Yeah,
something.
we were stuck there. It was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, because if it was nice during the day, like, we would've walked around the resort, gone to the pools or something, but it was such a washout, we were just in there all day,
Right.
but it was nice. But, yeah, that was great, like, hanging out on that couch. I mean, the TV's small, but
Yeah,
you
it
got
is.
complete control. You could put as loud as you want. You got your full fridge, you got the full kitchen, you could cook your snacks, drink your beers. That
And
was
there's
a
so
great
much room. There
atmosphere.
was a time where your dad just went into his bedroom and
Yeah, and
just
he was
watched the
watching
football game, and we weren't
yeah,
interested in the football game. Because we were watching early
Wonderful Life
season
or
where you got some
something,
good
yeah.
out of conference matchups.
Right, exactly.
Because I know
So
that night it was UConn Gonzaga, right?
right, that was like a 10 o'clock tip-off or
Yep.
something. Yeah. But, yeah, that's my number 1. I had a great time hanging out there and watching games there. I think, like, a 3-bedroom, specifically that because that's one I've been in. But, like, that kinda situation with a bigger group like that,
Yeah.
you can't beat it.
No, that was fantastic.
Imagine doing, like, a Super Bowl party stay at, like, at a treehouse.
You'll stay there again, won't you?
Probably. That was nice. And the points aren't crazy for that. I'll go
No.
to my deathbed with the point, like, that's
No, the
one of the
point
most
points are so
undervalued.
good.
Yeah,
So good.
because a 3-bedroom villa is, like, double the points of the 3-bedroom treehouse.
And you know what? People rip that place because it's so far out and it's so hard to get around. I love that aspect of it.
It
Like,
is far, though.
when we jumped in my car and went and got the pizza,
Yeah.
it was easy to get out
Well, that's true because 'cause you're parked right there,
because
and
you
yeah.
parked right there and we were close to being off a property. Like, it seems like when you stay in the heart of property, it takes forever to get out. Like, if you're at the Grand Floridian and you wanna go to
Yeah.
a Publix, it's gonna take you 25 minutes.
Well, yeah, we were basically already on off property in
Yeah, we're
Saratoga,
basically
yeah.
off property, yeah, because I mean, what'd it take us, 5 minutes to get to that main road where the pizza place was?
Right, exactly. So that's my number 1, the treehouse. Great place to watch a game. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about times, you don't have to worry about the TV turning off on you. You don't have to worry about running out of beers if you stock up ahead of time. It's perfect.
Which we did.
We stocked up, yes. Anything else? Any other honorable mentions you wanna bring up?
I'm trying to think. The unfortunate thing is, on the resort loop, there's no options at the Poly or the Grand Floridian.
No. No, not
Nothing.
at all. I mean, what is it? The upstairs bar at the Poly, they have TVs, but that place is always so crowded,
But
you're
it's
not gonna
just
get
too
it.
crowded. Like, I
Yeah.
love the Tambu Lounge,
Tambu Lounge, yes.
but it is just Ohana traffic on steroids. Remember the time we went there last year when you had a
Yeah,
you
well,
had to
that
use
was
a few points, it was over,
that's
like,
because
Labor Day
LSU
or
was playing that game. Remember
that
all the
game was
L
in Orlando,
at
that's right, there
Camping
yep.
World Stadium, yeah.
But
Was
remember,
it
like, we had almost had to sit in the lobby.
Yeah, we were in the
Like, that
lobby.
second floor it was like that second floor lobby, like, we were just sitting on that couch, like, we couldn't get near the bar, 'cause
Yeah,
I think you went and got around
I did, yeah, and we
and
were
you had to
out
come we had
we were basically in, like, the waiting area for Ohana,
for
like, where you're
Ohana,
supposed
yeah,
to wait,
right.
yeah. Because then we did our tour, our DVC tour after that.
Takeaway yeah, that was not a good idea either. Like, take away Trader Sam's, that place is in need of a decent bar. I hope the new tower
That's supposed to be it
has a
looks
good
like it's
bar
gonna
'cause
be nice, yeah.
it would just be nice to have a chill bar.
Yeah.
Because Trader Sam's is I'm not rope dropping a bar. And
No, it's
Tambu Lounge is
yeah,
just packed all the time. I just want a
always.
place over at the Poly where you can just chill.
Yeah, and, like, Enchanted Rose, they're not gonna have TVs on there.
No, they don't have nope.
They should have like a second bar there, like a bourbon bar.
Yeah.
Like in that downstairs spot that's like nothing now.
And like you could have like an outdoor seating where guys could smoke cigars and have a bourbon, right?
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna do cigars, but yes, like something like that has some TV, like almost make it like a gentleman's club. Because like the Enchanted Rose is obviously more, they won't do it, but the Enchanted Rose is geared more towards like
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. But I don't know. That's all I have. You have anything else you want to add?
That's all I have, my friend.
Well, let's bring it home then.
Well, let's bring it home. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube at DVC Addicts. Email the show info@addicteddvc.com and join our Facebook group, DVC Addicts. For my cousin and co-host Gary in Rhode Island, I'm Mike in Florida. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you for listening to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. We want to hear from you. Email us at info@addicteddtodvc.com and follow us on all socials at DVC Addicts. We appreciate you being a part of our DVC community, and we'll see you again on our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and welcome home.